Hey everyone, my name is Catherine and I am in Vancouver, BC. I'm interested in sharing some of the writing, the thinking that I've been doing, in the chance that you might be reading some of the same texts and interested in having a more public, shared conversation about them. So, this is a little bit one-sided because I'm recording the video and you're over there. But that's how it is. At least for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So today the topic is one of my favorite theorists, Walter Benjamin. He was sort of an unidentified, but maybe in retrospective identifiable as a member of the Frankfurt School. He was a German Jew and a very magical thinker. Very important cultural critic and much studied by art theorists. So I'm writing about his iconic work. It's kind of like part of the canon of art theory. It's the work of art in the age of mechanical reproduction. So I did this for a class with Jerry Pratt at UBC, and this for a presentation. So it was meant to be spoken this way, and then to invoke discussion. We say these days that brevity is the soul of wit, and yet this layered text desires a close reading. Benjamin tells of a new notion, definition, practice, potentiality of art, altogether, due to the exponentially changing media and communications technologies. Salient to urban and filmic inquiry, he examines the transformative power of film and photography. And here we are. Internet video. Let's paw through the text together to determine the prognosis Benjamin made, as well as to deal in prognostication ourselves. I invite you to project into the future and to think in retrospective of the present. What is art today, and what does it do? How do the instruments, the gear, the means of production change creative expression? Is it all technobabble? He begins with Marx. Through a process analogous to ecosystem succession, the transformations taking place at the tiny scale of the social and material eventually may cause a regime shift, a change in the overarching structure. The interconnected processes of art are all bound up in present economic and labor conditions with today's material reality and phase of capitalism. Benjamin forecasts the destructive capacity of the economy as it relates to art and life more broadly as a structuring principle. The potential for creative inspiration to have its expressions molded, taxonomized, quantified, and profited off of affect human existence on Earth. Is it not fascism if, from the top down, individual expressions of source or God or the absolute, or whatever you call it, are crushed and distorted and heavily mediated? And the social, do note, is a concept that encompasses the more than human. It doesn't matter if this is for the right or the wrong reasons. So let's speculate and theorize on ways to change the superstructure through mundane gestures at a small scale, through art and for art, and the development of the Earth's history. Let's think revolution. Now we get to mechanical reproduction. What follows is theoretical material for formulating revolutionary demands in the politics of art. He does this through a series of comparisons. The cult value of art is the antipode to its exhibition value. It's garbage truck. It's garbage day. Our public people are cleaning up our trash. and taking it somewhere else. Okay, sorry. Aside. The cult value of art is the antipode, polar opposite to its exhibition value. Art can become political because the sacred process, function, and presence of the work of art, its involvement in mythology, is religion and ritual is no longer relevant when it is displaced from its origins. As the quantities of art producible changed, so did its qualities. I'm gonna stop and let this go by, because it's really loud. Welcome back. The garbage truck is gone. Let's get back to Benjamin. The irrelevance of the original to the copy and the simulacra, and the proliferation of the work to the masses, constitutes a secularization, a democratization, and together an emancipation of art. The aura, Benjamin's aura, not the New Age aura, the aura of the work of art, affected by this technological change, is illuminated by the writer in stages. Aura is originary, and it is connected inseparably to presence. It is a spatio-temporal phenomenon. So we don't have aura, or at least it's highly diminished, because you're not here. Aura is destroyed by film and photography for Benjamin, as the media create a vast distance between performer and audience. Dispersal doubly means to distribute and to diffuse. Benjamin brings up an interest of ours. This is my film and urban theory class. The spatiality of film. Film transports the viewer. The concept of the obverse is helpful. It's the other side of the coin, counter to and inseparable from its underside. By virtue of its distance, the photograph or film can bring something new immediately close. Microscopic specimen, or landscapes, or other cities. The results have scientific and artistic value. Art and reality become more entangled than ever before. The notions and motions, conscious and unconscious, are dissectable frame by frame. As film alters a sense of space, it also affects perception. Media evoke differing degrees of concentration or of distraction in the viewer. Benjamin says the moviegoer is often an absent-minded receiver of art. Film constantly upsets concentration by shocking the viewer with rapid-fire images, like the train is terrifying, it's coming right at you. The medium also asks for a higher level of perception, immersing the viewer and then allowing for a contemplative distance. Benjamin returns to the tendencies of fascism to glorify and make art out of war and state violence. The epilogue is a clarion call, cautioning against the refashioning of the political sphere as art, as if a spectacular political apparatus could be devised that would perform for the masses as the masses in turn perform for the state. Fascists and futurists spoke of and rendered mayhem and burning pyres into art, as if riots and bloodshed and the trampling of flesh by rolling machines were the playing out of a grand theatrical show. Instead of allowing art to be made out of war, an inclusive, accessible media create the potential for the political to be concretized in the art objects and the progressive phenomenological experiences, the films, that generate a sense of class, of collective, and of emancipatory political alternatives. That is, if the spectator pays attention. Thank you so much for listening. This has been wonderful. See you next time. Let me know if you have any requests for specific readings.